Psychology shows that forgetting childhood is more common than people think. And it's not always a memory problem. Many adults can't recall large parts of their early life. They remember facts, places, or stories, but not real moments. No clear emotions, no vivid scenes, just blanks. Psychologists say this often reveals how the mind learned to protect itself, adapt, or survive. Here's what psychology actually shows about people who don't remember their childhood. 1. Their brain learned to stay in survival mode. When a child grows up in a stressful or unpredictable environment, the brain focuses on survival, not memory storage. Psychology explains that chronic stress keeps the brain alert, not reflective. Instead of saving memories, the mind learns to react quickly and move on. This doesn't mean something dramatic had to happen. Even constant emotional pressure, instability, or feeling unsafe can cause this. The brain chose protection over preservation. 2. Emotions were suppressed. Early, the many people who lacked childhood memories were taught, directly or indirectly, not to express emotions. Psychologists call this emotional inhibition. When feelings aren't allowed, the brain disconnects emotion from experience, and memories without emotion don't stick. They lived those moments, but didn't fully feel them. 3. They learned to disconnect to cope. Some children cope by mentally checking out. Psychology links this to dissociation, a coping mechanism where the mind distances itself from the present moment. This doesn't always look extreme. It can look like daydreaming, zoning out, or being unusually quiet. Memories formed during dissociation are often weak or fragmented. That's why adulthood can feel clearer than childhood. 4. Their identity formed later than usual. Psychologists say memory strengthens when identity becomes stable. Some children didn't get space to develop a clear sense of self. They were adapting to others instead. When identity forms later, memories often begin later too. That's why many people say, I remember my teens or adulthood, but not before. 5. Their childhood was emotionally flat, not dramatic. Not all forgotten childhoods were traumatic. Some were emotionally empty. Routine, repetition. Few emotional highs or lows. Psychology shows the brain remembers contrast. Without emotional variation, experiences blur together. Nothing stood out enough to save. Psychology emphasizes one important thing. Forgetting childhood doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means your mind adapted the best way it knew how. Sometimes not remembering is a sign of resilience, not weakness. And often the people who remember the least are the ones who learn the most about surviving.